Welcome back to Killarney International Raceway in Cape Town, the mother city, showing off with a little bit of breeze here as we get into single-seater race action for the first time here at the Extreme Festival. Formula 1600s, as always, brought to you by Investchem, and as you can see, the Formula Ford Kents are here as well. Let's catch up with newcomer Casey Ensor-Smith.
For qualifying, I got 5th for race 1, so I'm really hoping to hold that 5th and hopefully get up to top 3, top 4, and just see how it goes from there.
Great to have Rick Morris back in the house, and let's catch up now with the birthday boy, Jason Kutsia.
Yeah, my hopes for race 1 is obviously just to have a clean run, clean start, so you can't really plan ahead. So, I mean, we'll just take it as it comes.
On pole today, Antoine Geldenhuys.
The race is going to be tough, it's going to be close, all our times is within a 10th, so looking forward to the race and we'll see what happens.
That's a special whistle to bring the single-seaters out as they get ready to go now for their first heat. It's Geldenhuys and Kutsia on the front row. Gerard, his brother, alongside Alex Voss for the second. Casey Ensor-Smith, great start for the youngster, alongside Nicholas Van Wheelie, multiple champion. Karabo Malamela, Shrin Naidu, Storm Lanfear, Siabonga Monkonkwana. That's how they're going to be lining up. Then it's Rick Morris who outgunned Duncan Voss for the Formula 1600 Kent category, ahead of Hepburn and Alan Mayer. Look out for Schofield coming through that back. They come to the line now. Antoine Geldenhuys has got the target on his back. He'll be looking for a chance to get away from his brother, who we go on board with here as we're about to see the lights go out. Great start there from Jason Kutsia. Good start over Antoine as well as they go side by side there. Siabonga coming through there as well, trying to find a way through early on. Around the outside, we've got a chance here for Jason Kutsia to give himself a little bit of a birthday present. The birthday boy looking for the whole shot. Does he get it? As they come out, he does. Oh, brilliant stuff there from Jason Kutsia. He leads out, heading towards turn 2. The Cape Town man is in front of both the Geldenhuys boys. Look at Donachik in the background, trying to find his way through from 10th place. Didn't quite go according to plan there for qualifying from Troy Donachik's point of view there in the Sujan machine, but he's certainly, slowly but surely making his way up, and we go on board with him now as he goes onto the back end of Casey Ensor-Smith. Ensor-Smith under pressure there. Donachik, a local man, knows the way around this track very well. He'll be pushing the youngster and the rookie to the limit. They're both youngsters, but there's a little bit more experience in this car as opposed to one just ahead of him. But the one ahead of him is exactly that, and he's got to try and find a way through there on Casey Ensor-Smith. Didn't quite go according to plan there for Alex Voss. Voss getting off the line, a little bit dodged and didn't quite get up to the front end where he wanted to be. He's now making up ground as he comes alongside Nicholas Van Wheelie. And speaking of alongside, around the outside and onto the banking goes Antoine Geldenhuys, and he runs off. Oh, a little bit too high. Just ran a little bit too high up onto the banking, put a wheel onto the little curb, and it just sent him off into the kitty. So he's going to come from the back of the field now. Poleman has gone from hero to zero in one lap and drops right to the back of this pack of cars, just ahead of the Kent category machines. They come to complete that first lap, and side-by-side action in the background as well. We're watching for the runs through there. Storm Lanfear and Shrin Naidu were very, very up close and personal. There's a great move coming from Van Wheelie, and he follows through. Oh, yes, great stuff. Gerard Geldenhuys also making a little maneuver through there as well. So following Van Wheelie's line, he managed to just find a way through and get up on Voss. Oh, and Voss under attack as they're going to turn 2. A little bit of touch. Oh, Donachik is fighting hard. He's got through on Casey Ensor-Smith, and he's now got Voss in his sights. Can he find a way through there on Alex Voss? Alex Voss is going to have to go defensive. We're on board once again with Troy as they head down into turn 3. Let's look at that. Absolutely smooth as silk there from Troy Donachik. Great running up onto the red and white rumbles and then into Sarah van der Merwe sweep. And he's right on the tailpiece now. The slipstream effect is going to come into play here. Casey Ensor-Smith would do well to get into that slipstream as well if he can, and just find a way to get onto the back end and see if he can slot through there using the slipstream effect that works so well here. Jason Kutsia pulling away slightly and holding on for dear life at this stage ahead of Van Wheelie. Kutsia's looking for a birthday present here. He wants the victory. But the man to watch out for at the moment, fastest man on track, getting through on Alex Voss, is this man, Troy Donachik. Absolutely perfect lap there from Troy Donachik, and he's looking for another one. He's looking to close down here on Geldenhuys as they head towards turn 1. He's in the slip. Watch him pull out now. He'll have enough to just fly past. That's brilliant stuff from Troy Donachik. Whatever he had for breakfast, I want some because it's working well. And he's moving himself up into 3rd place. Can you believe that? From 10th on the grid, he's already up to 3rd. There's a very good possibility both Van Wheelie and Kutsia will have to be very concerned about the man in 3rd place there, Donachik. He really is pushing hard. Further back, this is a little bit of a battle raging. Voss is lost out there. That's Duncan Voss we're talking about. He's got Rick Morris just ahead of him, and Schofield leads out as they come out of turn 1. The Formula Ford battle starting to rage down towards turn 2. Rick Morris is loving life back in Cape Town. He's back in South Africa, his second home. Spends most of his time in the UK, but comes out on occasions when there's a need to climb into that Investchem Ford, and he loves being involved with a battle like this. Remember, this is a man who's got huge amounts of experience. When I throw in names like Ayrton Senna that has been beaten by this man, you can experience and have the experience of a note when you're playing around with Rick Morris in a Formula Ford battle. Now back to the front end. The battle continues. Casey and Smith side by side with Foss. Little touch of the tyres there. Ooh, we don't want to be doing that too often, guys. We've seen that go wrong a couple of occasions in 2022. Let's try and keep it all together. Dolishek up for second. He's on the inside of Van Wheelie. Van Wheelie in the magnificent paint and hardware car just opens up the door and gives Dolishek a little bit of room. Now, Troy Dolishek has got one more car to get to the front end. Can you believe that? From 10th place on the grid, there's a very good possibility with the pace he's got right now, he could even take the win. But there's a man out front who wants this win more desperately than anybody else. It's his birthday. And Jason Kutsia is certainly looking for a chance now to be at the front end and hopefully get this victory and keep Dolishek at bay. Down the back straight, we're on board with Dolishek as he tries to close down into Fostron corner. Cape Town's number 5 corner here at Killarney, and see what he can do about the man out front. Casey Unsell-Smith also starting to have a bit of pressure in the background too. Keep an eye on that one. But there is huge pressure now on the back end of Kutsia. And the Mint Coachworks man is literally under huge pressure now to try and hang on for his first victory, but also a victory on his birthday. He's taken a whole shot. That's one little gift gone his way. Hopefully he can make it a double one here for his birthday as they come to the closing stages here of race 1 of the Investchem Formula 1600s. Geldenhuys has dropped back slightly. The Abacus Division's racing car not able to run with the pace there of Nicholas Van Wheelie, and Van Wheelie incredibly has found some fantastic pace this weekend, turning his luck around big time. Watch this Cape Town line outside from Dolishek. Is it going to pay off? He tries to try and get the cut back here. Kutsia runs wide. Oh, but he sees him coming and shuts the door. Jason Kutsia knew exactly what Troy Dolishek was trying there. He kept the car tight inside line, but it compromises his drive slightly, and that's what Dolishek was hoping for. Watch as they come through turn 3. He might have the ability to squeeze up the inside in towards Sorrel van der Merwe Street. No, he hangs on. He's going to wait till the back straight. He's right in the slipstream now, perfectly positioned to get through there on that slipstream effect as they come onto that back straightaway. Can he use it to his advantage? He's certainly going to try. They are absolutely hauling. Coming up on the back end of Alan Meyer. Alan Meyer could be in the way here slightly. He stays completely out of harm's way, puts his arm up even to say, I see you guys. There's enough room there. And around the outside, this time on the high banking from Troy Dolishek. He doesn't go as high as what Anton Geldenhuys does. And they're literally side by side, wheel to wheel here. Look at this. Brilliant onboard from Jason Kutsia. That's how close you want it. And it's Dolishek to the front by the looks of things. Yes. He has just been able to squeeze through there and get ahead of Kutsia. Kutsia is going to be absolutely livid with himself to open up that door. He comes back at him though, down into turn 1. Side by side again into turn 1 for these two. The two Cape Town boys are loving life at their home circuit, and they want the honour of being the first car across the road and across the line to win out this first heat of Investchem Formula 1600s. And it is absolutely wheel-to-wheel action as we've seen. Here comes Van Wheelie into the mix as well. He wants a bit of this action. Nicholas Van Wheelie is not giving up without a fight, and neither is Gerard Geldenhuys. 4-way fight for the win. Troy Dolishek has come from 10th place. Jason Kutsia was in second. He moved up to the lead. He held on for it for about 5 laps. He's now lost the lead. Can he come back at Dolishek? He's going defensive though. Jason Kutsia is having to go defensive. Siobongo Mongonkwana is off. He spins out. Looks like right up at turn 5. Checkered flag is out, and Dolishek, incredibly, has come from 10th place to take the victory. What a run there from Troy Dolishek to beat out Gerard Geldenhuys and Nicholas Van Wheelie on the last lap. Looks like Jason Kutsia might have been given a penalty for something. Ian Schofield has won on the Fords, beating out Foss and Morris. What a thrilling drive here from Troy Dolishek to take the first victory.
Yeah, obviously a really awesome race. Came from the back of the grid. So really enjoyable race. Yeah, I don't know what to say. Obviously made a couple of nice moves. Really enjoyed it. But obviously none of it would have been possible without Sujin, my sponsor for this weekend, and for a massive thank you to them. The amount they've done has been just incredible. Hendrik from Investchem, the amount of work he's done on the car, unbelievable. And obviously to my dad and my brother who've been working on the car tirelessly as well throughout the weekend. And yeah, just hope we can replicate this for the race too. Because we're also starting from the back there again. But yeah, thank you, and also obviously a big thanks to all the people that came out today, and Dolphin Engineering also helped this weekend.
Great to see a big turnaround there from Nicholas Van Wheelie.
We had a decent first race there. We've been struggling a bit all weekend with pace, so we managed to do some setup changes for the first race, and it seems like it's gone in the right direction. So at least we were closer to the front, and we'll make some more changes for Heat 2 and hopefully go a bit further up.
Seems to be a couple of tweaks happening in a few cars to get them working. One of them is in Schofield. He wants to definitely be at the front end again. Dolishek has been an absolute amazing driver this weekend, and he certainly is the man to beat. Now, Geldernace squared are definitely looking for a chance to win this championship. So what are Antoine and Gerard going to do? And the youngster, Casey Enso-Smith, debuting here and absolutely loving life in a single-seater. 5-second board moves away. The lights are about to go on and off. We go on board here a little bit further back, and as you can see, Jolinchek will definitely be looking to try and push through the field again to get to the front end as quickly as possible. He goes alongside Nicholas Van Wheelie, and he's having to come from the back of the pack again. So it's another tough drive from the back of the pack. This time out might not be as easy because I think there's a couple of tweaks, as we heard from Van Wheelie, to get these cars working a little bit better for race number 2 in the Investchem Formula 1600s. In the background, looks like Graham Hepburn might have got the whole shot. Yes, he has. The black car, white helmet in the Formula Fords leads things out into turn 2 as we watch the battle unfold here in the mid-pack. And it's really awesome to see how these guys get up close and personal. It is absolutely brilliant stuff. They kind of tend to stay away from locking wheels because it ends up in tears and usually ends up in a big moment. Just ask Sia Bongonkwana all about that as they come out of turn 3. Not quite the start that Van Wheelie wanted. Look how far back he is. It's Geldernace squared at the front, Gerard, then Antoine. Tucked in behind them, Casey Enso-Smith. What a start there from the rookie. And at the back end, a little bit of work to do for the man who would be king. He has gone literally to the back of the pack. And he's going to have to try and find his way through there, fighting hard to see if he can stay there as well. Storm Lanfiat just there with him as well as they come under braking. Here comes Jason Gutsia looking to make up amends for the jump start he got in race number 1. He got the whole shot. That's the reason why he got it. He was a little bit too quick off the line. Now he'll try and turn his luck around and give himself that birthday victory that he wants. He's got the 2 Geldernace boys to catch, and he's got Casey Enso-Smith on his tail as they come to the line to complete the first lap in anger. Foss in 5. Side-by-side action there. I think Monkongwana was coming under a bit of pressure there from Donchek as they went into turn 1. Antoine running slightly wide, trying to get a late cut out of turn 1 Holzhoek. See if they can find a way through, and his brother. Oh, and it didn't go according to plan there. The 26 car completely out of shape. Hepburn with some problems. I think he might have been tagged from the back. Look at the back end. Rear end damage on that car. And he's out. So the man who was leading all the way through lap 1 and down into turn 1, he's now out of race number 2. Geldernace. Down that back straight away. Antoine on his tail. So Gerard versus Antoine. And we got Jason Kutsia. Casey Enso-Smith. Foss. Monkongwana under a bit of pressure from Van Wheelie, who's on his inside into Cape Town Fostron corner. Can he find a way through? No, he can't. He slots in behind. But there's some progression there from the magnificent paint and hardware car of Nicholas Van Wheelie. Slowly ticking them off one by one. He's going to try and go with Donchek. It's not a bad option to run with Troy Donchek if you see the pace he had and the ability to get through the field. But it's a lot more evenly matched this time out. Oh, speaking of evenly matched, Rick Morris on the brakes, hanging on for dear life with Schofield on his tail. And just in the background, that's Ron Van Wheelie. Ron Van Wheelie up to 3rd place in the Fords. Brilliant start there from him. I think Foss might have gone missing somewhere. And we definitely lost Hepburn. And I think possibly Foss might have a bit of damage on his car with a tag that came between himself and Hepburn. To confirm that at the end of the race. Here they come side by side. This is Donchek trying to find a way through on Alex Foss as they come under braking. Foss is on the wrong side as Donchek's going to use his Cape Town advantage. That inside line, he can go inside or outside of Fostron. We've seen him overtake on both sides of that bank corner. And he moves up 1 place ahead of Alex Foss and goes hunting for Casey Enso-Smith. He's down. He's not going against the wall. He goes defensive, and the reason he's gone defensive is that he's got pressure from Foss, and Foss is alongside him. Foss was on the wall, and Donchek was on the middle of the circuit as they came down towards Holzhoek. He now slots up and this time cements it. And now the pressure comes from Monkongwana onto the back end of Foss, so that might help out ever so slightly Troy Donchek's advance here. He now goes looking for a way through there on Casey Enso-Smith. Oh, very close for a touch there between Van Wheelie and Monkongwana. Sia saw him coming, and the Investchem man just shut the door there on the magnificent paint and hardware car. And he's actually left Van Wheelie slightly there because he was on a slightly different line. If he got the line right, it would have paid off, but of course he didn't get it right, so it now compromised his drive coming out of turn 3. Now as they head up towards Soren van der Merwe sweep. The second pack is... Oh, is that Monkongwana out of shape? Yes, it was. The back end stepped out there big time on Sia's car. Jason Kutsia closing down on the front end and looking for a way through. Can he find it? No. And Gerard Geldernace slams the door. Not going to let the birthday boy through. He's going to make him work hard if he wants his victory. Same thing that's going to apply here from Monkongwana's point of view. He's going to make Van Wheelie work double time to try and find a way past on him to close things down on Donchek. Donchek getting away now. Side by side between the 2 leaders. 1 and 2 across the line, and if that was the end of the race, Jason Kutsia would have won it. He actually just crossed the line ahead of Geldernace. But Geldernace holds that inside line for turn 1. And Casey Enso-Smith, running wide, and actually, was that a little touch? I'm not quite sure if they did touch or if Geldernace just got out of shape all on his own, but there was definitely some maneuvering there. And once again, Antoine Geldernace has spun out. This time going into turn 1. And it didn't quite work out for him there. So it's been a hard day in the saddle there for Antoine Geldenhuys. Looks like Casey Ensel-Smith's day is going to end up in the kiddie litter and on the sideline. Let's have a look and see if there's actually a little bit of a touch here. Yes, there is. There you go. Contact and the nose cone just tapping the back right wheel. That sent Antoine Geldenhuys in a 360-degree spin into the kiddie litter, and it puts Casey Ensel-Smith out of this one. Back to the front, and it's Geldenhuys at the front end. This time Gerard hanging on, and he's pulled a small margin now as he heads towards the checkered flag. Enough to keep Jason Coetzee at bay. Coetzee though, oh no, I was going to say he could possibly be in for the overall, but with that penalty in race number 1, it's no longer going to be a case. Gerard Geldenhuys crosses the line, takes the second victory. Coetzee gets second, and Dolenchek once again there in third. That could possibly move him up to overall victor for the day. Bonkonkwana in 4 ahead of Van Wheelie. In the Ford, Schofield won out over Morris and Van Wheelie, with Hepburn and Foss with DNFs. Let's catch up now with race 2 winner Gerard Geldenhuys.
The second race, I had an amazing start. I was leading from the get-go and I kept the lead the whole race. I was super excited to see the finish line. Also now I believe also first overall for the weekend, so I'm very chuffed about that. I'm also very sorry for my brother. It was his first pole and it couldn't convert it into anything. But thank you very much. See you in Swartkops.
Double win and overall for Ian Schofield in the Formula Fords.
Day started off pretty badly, managed to qualify last for both races. The car just would not work in the wet conditions. Just couldn't quite understand what was going on. We had absolutely zero grip. Really struggled. So started last. Obviously made some changes to the car for the first race and managed to come through and win, getting fastest lap as well. And again in the second race we started last again from the qualifying this morning, made some more changes and the car came really good. Again managed to win the second race with fastest lap. So yeah, 2 wins, 2 fastest laps, fantastic day.
Championship heads into Swartkops with Geldenhuys at the top end of the stick. He's got Dolenchek right on his tail and Nicholas Van Wheelie right up there too. Jason Coetzee will be looking to turn his luck around and maybe get up into the top 3 and look for that elusive race number 1 win. Join us after the break for more action from Killarney International Raceway.